Here's the pitch for this one. Captain America versus the Driver. I'd watch it. So The Gray Man is an action thriller directed by the Russo brothers starring Ryan Gosling, Ana de Armas, and Chris Evans. Ryan Gosling plays as this character named Six, a spy working for the CIA. However, during a mission, he uncovers some very dark secrets about his superior, and as a result, he goes on the run. And then, as a result of that, his superior sends a mercenary named Lloyd, portrayed by Chris Evans, to track him down. Alrighty guys, so let's get into The Gray Man.
Excellent!
This is a movie that I've had my eyes on for a while now. Plus, I'm a big fan of the Russo brothers, especially for what they've brought to the MCU, and given Winter Soldier being in my top 2 MCU films. And plus, even though I might get a little bit of crap for this, but you know what? I found Cherry to be a very underrated movie. When I found out they were going back to an action thriller in the vein of, let's say, The Winter Soldier, but bringing it to Netflix, of course, I got really hyped for that one. But then I had seen the mixed reviews, and I was a bit cautious, I was a bit worried. Still, nonetheless, I was very excited to see the movie. I sat down, watched it on Netflix, because unfortunately, the nearest theater closest to me showing this movie was almost an hour away, and of course, didn't want to drive that far to see this thing. But I gotta tell you guys, I enjoyed The Gray Man quite a bit, actually. All the performances are very good. From Ryan Gosling, Ana de Armas, Chris Evans, Billy Bob Thornton, everyone here is really, really good. Even though that Ryan Gosling presents more of a stoic performance in this movie, there is a story-based reason why he is more stoic in this movie. There are times when he has great comedic timing, especially in how he reacts to certain parts where it had me laughing. Ana de Armas in this movie is an ass kicker, even though there is something I will say about her later on in this review. Chris Evans is so good in this movie, and even more so, you can just tell he's having such a great time playing this villain with this really just, I mean, look at that stash on him. Look at that stash! He just looks like he's just having a fun time playing this character, and when it comes to his comedic timing in this movie, there is one line in particular that had me laughing so hard, and it's this. Why are you limping? Wow, no, I just got shot in the ass. I don't know why it cracked me up. The action in this movie is really well done, and even more so, the choreography is great. It does go back to the Winter Soldier type, where everything is a bit more closed in, kind of like more Jason Bourne-like action, where it's a bit more quick cutting with more close-ups. Even though at times it does seem like it's a bit hard to follow what's going on, they do a good enough job of having you follow the action just well enough so it doesn't seem like quick cutting BS central in terms of the action sequences. The car chases and the gunfights are really, really exciting, but if I'm being completely honest with you guys, when the hand-to-hand combat stuff is going down, that is when the action, The Gray Man, is at its best. And there are a couple of fight sequences where, man, it gets brutal, and there are some awesome action sequences. I mean, holy crap. The cinematography of The Gray Man is also really cool. I mean, it's a really stylish looking movie, breaking out blues, reds, greens, and, well, at times, gray. Pun completely intended right there. When it comes to the drone cinematography, there are 2 drone shots that I thought were actually pretty badass. I think The Gray Man runs a little over 2 hours. This movie is such a breakneck pace that I swear to God to you guys, when I thought it was only at the second act, it was actually the third act. So this movie is such a well-paced movie. This is a movie that when it comes down to the story, it knows exactly the story it wants. I mean, it doesn't really try and do anything bigger or better than it actually is. Like, this is a movie that knows exactly what it wants to do.
Well, that's just fucking great!
While The Gray Man is a movie that knows exactly what the movie wants to be, at the same time, it is not excusable of its flaws, because there are quite a bit of them. The story of The Gray Man is a story that you have heard in plenty, and I mean plenty, of action spy thrillers from not only the 90s, but also the 80s. I could tell you 5 movies right now that do the exact plot of The Gray Man, but of course, that do it better. And because of that, guys, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, there are quite a few times The Gray Man story that I saw quite a few things coming. I love Ana de Armas in this movie. She is an absolute badass. But besides her being a badass, I feel like that in terms of a character, I feel like she wasn't given a whole lot to do besides being an ass girl, which don't get me wrong, I loved watching Ana de Armas kick a lot of ass this week. In terms of actual character development, I feel like there wasn't a lot given to her. The Gray Man has such a breakneck pace, and that's completely cool and all. But at the same time, I feel like that nothing was ultimately given enough time to breathe. Like it was just go, 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 go. There was at least one or two drone shots that I feel like that when and how they use this movie that they just call a little bit too much of attention to themselves. There was a drone shot used as an establishing shot in this movie, and the way how this drone moves, I was just like, why? Most of the visual effects look pretty darn good, but I gotta tell you guys right now, there were quite a few VFX shots that just looked really bad, and considering that this is a $200 million movie, I expected the VFX to look a lot better.
And here we go.
So overall, The Gray Man is a perfectly enjoyable action thriller. Do not get me wrong, guys. The Gray Man is without its flaws, but at the same time, I cannot deny that I did have a fun time with The Gray Man. All in all, I'm gonna give The Gray Man a 3 out of 5. The Gray Man isn't a particularly great film, nor I would say it's a particularly a good film, but at the same time, it is fun, and if you do have Netflix, I do suggest giving this movie a shot. So comment down below and let me know. Have you guys seen The Gray Man? What did you all think? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat, so if you guys want to follow me on any of those social media platforms, all the links in the usernames in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed my review of The Gray Man. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell for my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see any of my previous 2 reviews, please click right there or right there. And then of course until my next review or video goes live, I'll see you all next time.